Watch out! Heads up. Dude!
Ray, you going to pan the Oscar game or you just the last one?
Yeah, you can talk over the... Yeah, I see you're right in the sun. It's all backlit. You're on this side.
You don't need us.
Be much better. All right, let me know. Hold on. Okay, wait. No, I have you off. Wait.
Chagrin. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the second round of the South Jersey Coaches Cup. Mike Seeley here with Pat Vilary. Really excited to bring you a second home game. Middle Township with the first round upset, bringing us here today on a Monday for a 3 p.m. start.
Yeah, Middle Township coming in the 15th seed, defeats the number 2 seed Shawnee, a team that many people probably thought was the best team in South Jersey with a very impressive record this year. One loss against Washington Township, and that was it. And Middle Township comes out, beats them in penalty kick. So here we are, 15th seed playing the 4 seed. No, I started with 7 seed, right?
7 seed, yeah.
I'm sticking to the Group 2 brackets.
Not there yet. One game at a time. For those not familiar, though, there's no below-average teams in the Coaches Cup.
No, of course not. It's voted on by coaches. They rank the top 16 teams that they believe are in South Jersey at the time, regardless of group, regardless of parochial or public. And that's how it goes. So Delran typically opts out. This year, I believe Ocean City did also. So sometimes that might change things. It is an optional tournament, but for most teams in South Jersey, they always opt in because it's a great tune-up for the playoffs. And if you can make a run, it can really make your season also.
And Group 2 very well represented, even still in the second round. Coach McAndrew was saying to us over the weekend, really great to see that many Group 2 teams remaining in the tournament.
Yeah, well, you got West Effort, Cinnaminson won in the first round also, along with Sterling. Middle Township's a Group 2 team. So what we're looking at this year, obviously, is a really competitive Group 2 tournament. Without Delran in it, and you got Haddonfield, who didn't make the tournament, is playing great soccer, winning a lot of tough games lately, beating West Effort, beating Sterling. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting group tournament, to say the least. And with today's game, there's already a final in the other brackets. Kingsway, Washington Township. Kingsway pulling off the 1-0 win. So Great win for Kingsway. And again, not surprising. Kingsway's each year seems to get better and better. They got a lot of kids getting fed in through the club system. A lot of depth. JV program is always very good. So not surprising at all.
I'm sure that was a competitive game. A lot of those kids probably know each other from club, too. Kingsway and Washington Township. Here, a little different. We probably don't run into a ton of the Middle Township kids.
No, they're certainly not playing on the same teams. But we have a little history with Middle Township. Last 2 times we played them, has been in the Group 2 playoffs in 2013, 14? 13, yeah. We lost in penalty kicks. It went 8 rounds in the South Jersey Group 2 final. Tim Kerr's son was in goal for Middle Township, stood about 6'3", 6'4". Didn't give you a whole lot to look at when shooting, and I went 8 rounds, and we eventually lost on that one.
You were on the sideline for that, right, Coach?
Unfortunately, and I was on the sideline for the previous game to that when we lost in penalty kicks in 2011 or 10. I forget what year it was.
NJ.com has it as 2010.
That's right. It was Coach Doc's first year, and we went down and lost it. They hit their first 4. We hit our first 4. Our 5th shot, kid put it on net. Goy made a great save. They finished off the 5th, and we took the long bus ride home with a loss to Middle Township.
Heartbreaker. Looking to avoid that today. Would love to get this done in regulation.
Hopefully. So what we're looking at today here is Middle Township, again, has an impressive record this year, coming in 13 wins, 2 losses, and 3 ties. Most impressive win is probably Shawnee, obviously.
Of course.
Just look at the box score. I didn't see the game. It looked like Shawnee got the bulk of the shots. But, hey, you know, you got to put one in. And then they also had a nice, impressive win against Ocean City, a team that's always good, one of the top 2-3 teams in Group 3. And we're able to come in and beat them. I think the final score was 4-2. So they were down 2-1, and they came back in the second half and ended up winning 4-2. So this is going to be a really good game. West Effort in the second half against Morristown. Talking to Coach McAndrew today, felt it was one of the best halves they've played this year. So they're hopefully taking that momentum moving forward here against Middle Township, trying to get to the, I guess it's the semifinals, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
16-team tournament. They'll be in the semifinals after this, but you got to get there first. Looks like West Effort gets the first touch. Gavin Zuzulock sent to set the ball into the back.
Yeah, and again, typically they're just going to play it back. We're starting with 3 in the back. That's been West Effort's formation through most of the year, with Shane Byrne, the anchor, in the middle, Dom Tate, and David Wright on the outside, both very physical, fast backs. Right.
Zuzulock does play it back, but play it forward fast. Sent back to our own half. There is Tate with the ball. Brings it over to the center of the field. Looking for an opening. Tate plays it forward. Taken by Middle Township. That's Jason Campbell, number 6.
Yeah, and Coach DeStefano, talking before the game, said a key to them really is going to win 50-50 balls in the middle and then connect off of that. Not just win it, but then make that first ball and connect.
Schulte's with possession in the middle of the Middle Township defense. A little awkward chip there. Nate Bassett's got it out wide, looking for the cross. Headed out by Chase McCray. Bassett fighting for the ball on the sideline. Collected by the Middle Township keeper.
Yeah, so Devin Bach in goal for Middle Township, 6 shutouts this year. Of course, the big one coming against Shawnee in the first round of the Coaches Cup here. But West Effort off to a good start here. Again, winning the ball there, connected in the midfield. Now going negative a little bit here. Tate handles it well. Not much you could do there, but use his head.
Tries to play it forward to Bassett. It's cleared, but it'll be a West Effort throw-in. As long as the Eagles are maintaining possession like this, well, the West Effort Eagles, maintaining possession like this, like our chances. If Schulte's has the ball at his feet, moving him forward, looking for a man. Little bit of a collusion. Official calls play on. Zuzulock with the cross. A little too deep, and that'll be a Middle Township throw-in on the far side.
Yeah, and again there, you saw that start. Good ball to Schulte. Schulte's finds some space. Had an opportunity to get a shot there. Schulte's taken down from behind. Referee gives him the advantage. Zoo's just a little heavy on that cross, knocked it out of bounds. But again, you're seeing West Effort on the attack, creating opportunities. And the team that creates opportunities is usually the team that's going to win, Coach Mr. Seeley.
And West Effort has played a ton of big games recently.
Yeah, I mean, the Colonials loaded this year. So Sterling probably has the best team I've seen them have, at least in the last 15 years. There was a couple. They've had some strong teams, but this one's the most well-rounded. Haddonfield came on late. Haddon Township, of course, highly skilled team. It's very difficult to win there. So West Effort's got a lot of good wins this year. They got one against Haddonfield, one against Haddon Township, 2 against Haddon Heights. So
ball chipped ahead. Schulte's down there battling with Tommy Carr. Ball in. Well played.
Yeah, and again, West Effort getting a lot of service here inside the 18. So far, Middle Township's defense has been able to hold up.
Seeing the first real push out of Middle Township here. David Wright looking to dispossess and push forward.
And again, you see Luke Humes there. The formation they're running, Luke and Keith are playing center defensive mid. And they're going to apply a lot of pressure with balls coming up the sideline to kind of work off of each other. Luke Humes doing a good job there. So you're trying to force some turnovers, trying to get Middle Township to play the ball in, have the wingbacks intercept, and then quickly connect out of the back for Nate Schulte's on the counter. So that's the approach with the formation that they're running right now. And they've had a lot of success this year. If you look at their scores, they've had a lot of shutouts.
And that's a really important spot in this formation, a really important position, right, Coach?
Yes, yeah. I mean, your center defensive mid typically is going to be, a little bit physical. They're going to have to be ball winners. They're going to have to connect, and that's typically what you're looking for in that position.
That's right, with the throw-in into the box.
Shot.
Big goal. Goal by Nate Schulte's off the ball from Gavin Zuzulock. That's a 1-0 lead for West Deptford less than 5 minutes into the game.
All right, so what you see there is you got the big throw come in. Ball, I believe, was played back intentionally by Zuzulock, and Schulte's with an incredible rip on the touch, hits it into the corner. Goalie didn't even see it coming there. So, again, the pressure applied by West Deptford early on right here gets them the first goal, which is going to be crucial against Middle Township because if you look and find their scores, they've had a lot of games where they haven't given up many. So it's always pivotal to get that first goal.
West Deptford want to be sure they're ready for the counterattack. Can't let down after a big early goal. An official calling for the goal kick.
Yeah, Middle Township tried to gameship that one to the corner, but it was clearly off of the player, Middle Township player. So Vilary, of course, taking 6 kicks, big foot, typically going a little bit past midfield. We do have some wind. West Deptford, again, I think is into the wind right now, which would serve as a slight disadvantage. But again, getting that 1-goal lead early against the team coming early, that's a long bus ride from Middle. So maybe catching them a little bit early, maybe a little flat-footed. Only a day's rest against a real physical team in Shawnee with double overtime. So,
and the early start, too. Not used to a 3 p.m. start.
No. I'm sure they were happy to get out of school a little earlier.
Who isn't? Now seeing Middle Township possess the ball a little bit here at midfield.
Yeah, look like they're playing with a little bit more of a burst here. A little faster, a little quicker.
That's 17, Steve Berridin. He's a big scorer for Middle.
Yeah, so far this year, I believe he's got 21 goals, 13 assists. So he had a hat trick this year against Ocean City, which is, of course, that's a career game for a kid down the shore. Ocean City's typically the top public school down there. So to get a hat trick is something I'm sure he's going to be grateful and remember. And what you can see so far there, again, Wayman forcing a turnover. He's done a really good job of just allowing Middle Township to try to play through balls, and West Deptford's been there intercepting every time.
It's also been nice. Looks like nobody on West Deptford trying to do too much early, making a smart pass, finding the open man. Schulte's with a good play there. Middle Township does make the clear. Xander Harden carrying the ball up, playing it out wide. Tommy Shagrin with the center. Nobody there to connect with, though.
Danny Varell, of course, we talked about last game, a very experienced goalie, 3-year varsity star. He had some time as a freshman. And, he's on Saturday, he just made great decisions, when to come off his line, when not to. And, did a great job on Saturday getting that shutout against Morristown.
Looks like Varela does a good job distributing the ball, too. Went with the big boot there, just move it upfield.
Yeah, and again, too, the high school game has evolved here in high school sports locally. Traditionally, and again, back in my day, the goalies punted, right? The goalies weren't required to have the foot skill and the technical skill, but with the club scene emerging and kids getting more and more skilled, you tend to build out of the back a little bit more, which requires your goalie to have better foot skill.
That important defensive mid position right there. Saw Wayman chip it to Humes, trying to get the play turned around, bring the ball back up the field here.
Yeah, and you'll see that with Humes there, right? He's very simple, and that's what you want with that position, right? You want to win and then connect.
Great little chip by Schulte's. There's Humes again. Nate Bassett. Be a West Deptford throw-in. Bassett will leave it. Dom Tate coming, looking to advance the ball.
And Dom Tate's got a good throw here. It's just going to play it square here to Humes. Typically don't like to do that around midfield. Turnovers can lead to a good counter, but
especially with some of your defensive players up handling the throw.
Yeah.
Middle Township retreating a little bit, getting themselves set up. Playing a lot of their balls up that far side of the field from us, kind of over in front of their own bench. They are dispossessed there. Looking for the long chip ahead.
All right, so great opportunity there. Ball almost on Casey's foot. Difficult one to handle, somewhat of a bounce. Was able to bring that down. It looked like he was going to have an opportunity to get a shot, but a good job there by the Middle Township defender.
That's Tommy Carr, number 7.
Yeah, you can see they got good size there in center back position for Middle Township. But again, Casey Todd just creates so many chances with the speed and athleticism, and he's a big, strong kid. You just can't push him off the ball. And he plays with a lot of passion, so he gives you a lot out there on the field.
Big throw by Schulte. He loves throwing in from that side.
And again, a good flick on there by Casey. Nobody on the other end. Looks like Middle's going to try to counter off of this.
They center it this time. That is Berridin. He's dangerous. See Berridin cycle around, give it to Hardin. That's Jastrzemski now with the ball. Trying to get some of these Middle Township names out here.
And you can see they're starting to do a better job of possessing now. That's about maybe 8 minutes in. They settled in a little bit.
Varela off his line, makes the save, ends the run, ends the Middle Township threat for the moment.
Yeah, sometimes when this happens, just good to boot it up the field and gather yourself. And anytime you got a guy like Casey Todd with speed, you flick onto, this punch can become very dangerous.
That last chance Todd had, that was a great ball forward too. Great touch, landed right around his feet. Like you said, tough bounce, but to put the ball in that position. Schultes loves having the ball on his feet right there on the field. Bassett tries to make a run. Does get cut off by Tommy Carr. Carr looking for someone to put the ball to, chooses to cross it.
Yeah, that's a good ball there, good vision.
Yeah, great. Gets in behind Hulmes. He's recovering now.
Yeah, big switch there by Middle Township. Could lead to an opportunity here.
Good switch by West Deptford, too. Hulmes goes back to the middle. David Wright takes it outside. Is that the design of the formation, Coach?
Yeah, well, typically, again, the 3 backs are going to, I was saying this to you earlier, almost like working like a foosball table, almost like as a unit working together. So in that particular case, yeah, you are going to communicate. If one guy has to go corner, typically you want your wing backs. Like Hulmes would typically be the guy that you would want working that deep corner in this formation.
Shane Burns strong inside, heading it out of the box. Middle Township retains possession.
Ooh. There you go. We got a offsides there against Middle Township.
Smart play by the West Deptford defense, making sure they were pushed up, knowing where the offense is.
And of course, it's important that you move together, and that's where the communication piece is. So when you have a guy like Shane Byrne as your center back, you know, he's going to make sure everybody makes that step up. One guy lags behind, then he's on.
Hey, Coach Vilary, you know who moves together? Players on a foosball table.
That's true. That is true.
The metaphor continues. Great chance here for West Deptford. Oh, great ball. Oh, just off the mark. Todd will want that one back. Got to forgive yourself quickly. You're going to keep getting these chances. You want to put one in the back of the net.
Yeah, that was a great setup there by Nate Schultes. Drops it back. Again, tough shot left foot while on a run, but definitely want to try to get it on Fran to force the goalie to make a save. So we got Monte Carlo now subbing in for Hartman.
Ball ahead to Zuzulock. Zuzulock looks to cross. Little too much on the boot. Monte Carlo trying to get involved immediately. Keeps the ball inbound. Sends it back in. Schulte's header just over the crossbar. Another great play by West Deptford.
Yeah, so what you see there, Nate, again, this is by design. We talked a lot about this on Saturday. He's sitting deeper now. He was playing a forward position. Now he's being that more attacking center mid, and he's in the creating spot. Creates that opportunity with the big through ball. Monte Carlo with a great cross there. Puts it right on Schulte's head. Just doesn't stay on it and then puts it over the bar.
That a tough thing for Monte Carlo to do, come right on the field and get involved in a play like that?
Yeah, and the key to that is the height, right? So you put it right on his head. I mean, typically you try to find a target player when you're making that cross. He's a left-footed player. He's got the skill to do it, but it was well placed.
Xander Harden gets by Nate Bassett there on the side, but Middle Township cannot collect on the play. It'll be a goal kick for Danny Varela.
Yeah, and Nate Bassett looked like he was about to try to defend that from behind. tackle from behind and chose not to late, which is a good decision.
Good
Anytime
decision.
you're beating the 18, you don't want to take that tackle from behind in that regard. It was still a contested shot. So, again, you see Casey there winning the punt.
Zuzulock plays it forward. Middle Township controlling the ball a little bit now on their own end. Playing it up to the middle. Wonder if they'll go to that far side again. Looks like they're playing it that way. Guess they prefer attacking off their right feet.
Yeah, you'll see that oftentimes.
Now that we've said that, of course, they'll bring the ball the other way.
All right, good win there by Nate Bassett. Going to play it quick into space. Always staying out. Now he's coming off his line there. So
Grabs the ball just as it rolls over the 18. Bach, that's a short punt. Zuzulock possesses immediately. Finds Casey open on the other side. Chip ahead to Schulte's. Schulte's back heel. Zuzulock puts it on frame. Bach makes the save and recovers.
again, all of that was created by a short punt in the middle of the field. Zuz does a great job settling and finding and leading to the attack. Schulte's, we'll give him credit. He laid that one off there for Zuzulock. And Zuz with a nice hard shot low right at the goal. He made the save.
That was a nifty little back heel from Schulte's, too, to open up space for the easy pass.
Yeah, and again, you're seeing him getting them the ball and looking to create off of him.
Nate's so used to handling the ball in tight spaces this season, too. You love to see him with those opportunities. Good cross there for middle. Bassett does a good job sealing off his man, Dom Tate, with the ball in the corner. Gets it to Bassett. Middle Township takes possession, but Hulmes manages to clear. And here they go again, our big three forwards. Ball forward from Schulte's. All Middle can do is clear it to the side.
Yeah, and again, what I'd like to see so far is that when West Effort has countered, it feels dangerous every time they're on the attack, right? They're going even numbers. You've got speed and skill with Casey Todd, Schulte's, and Zuzulock, and they're creating opportunities here. So that was well done there. You can see West Effort defensively keeping most of the team behind the ball. As soon as they win, quick counter up the field into space.
And providing their teammates space, too. You know, Schulte's had options there, close enough that he could make it happen, but far enough away. No one's crowding together around the ball. Talking about Monte Carlo's height on the shot earlier, using his size there to seal off the Middle Township player. Byrne tries to play it forward right into the foot of a Middle Township player, swings it out wide.
Yeah, that's where you got to get back here on that turnover.
There's that. That's a good ball up to Tommy Shagrin. That's going to be a corner kick. West Effort recovers but puts the ball out over its own end line. Middle making a couple of subs now. They'll get set up for the first corner kick of the game.
And that's the second time they've been able to play that big ball to the right corner and get into the attack. Again, ideally, you're pressuring the ball to the point to where that pass isn't available. You know, when you're allowing a guy the time and space to survey and hit that ball against but three in the back like that, that space is going to be there. And so far, Middle Township's done a pretty good job of finding it.
It's a high corner, drops right into the middle of the box, though. Headed down by Chase McCray, but Varela makes the save.
And again, that's why you want that ball driven more. I mean, there's not much you can do with that head ball when it's floating like that. Middle Township won it, but there's no way to get power behind it.
Varela maybe a little off the mark, puts that one up pretty high. Dog didn't like the height on that one. I'm sure these microphones provided to us by Mr. Kirshner are keeping that out of the feed for you guys. Fighting for possession in midfield. Get the ball clear to Berridon. Berridon looks to carry. Was looking for a teammate to make a run there. I think he thought Cameron Odom was going to continue towards the goal. He did not. The pass rolls out for a goal kick.
Yeah, and you see the turnover in midfield. It's always dangerous. Middle does a good job of countering. Now, Dom Tate, solid defensively, stayed in front, contained, and eventually he pushed that pass off the field. So well done there by Dom Tate to slow the counter down.
Looks like Casey Todd getting a brief rest. That's Aiden Franza, the freshman, coming in at forward. Love to see a freshman getting varsity minutes in a game of this magnitude.
Yeah, he's got good size. On Saturday against Morristown, he wasn't afraid to play physical. And so with a freshman, he's going to put him up top. He's going to allow him to get guys like Casey Todd a breather, guys doing a lot of sprinting here. So Monte Carlo there wins the ball, gets fouled. He's going to give West Effort this opportunity.
Free kick from Schulte in a dangerous area, puts the ball in the box just too high for Franza, follows it right into the goalie. Goalie makes the save as Zuzulock was crashing the net. Little incidental contact there. Pats the goalie on the back, says good save. Bach boots the ball out to midfield. Bach does have an assist on the season, I noted.
You get those sure wins.
Oh, buried in, great cross. Huge save by Varela.
Yeah, so what you had there is just two great plays. An incredible pass there, great vision and laid out perfectly. And then Varela to task on that save. You had to hold the line on there because the ball was played perfectly in between. And again, Varela being a great save maker comes up big here with 21 minutes left in the first half.
That was Landon Osmundson with the shot, and it was a strong shot.
Yeah, it was well struck. Yeah, that's a credit to the goalie on that one. I'd like to see West Effort do a better job in these corners, though.
Lefty puts it in from that far corner. That's a deep shot, headed in by Austin Carr. That's the corner kick you're looking for. That's a driven ball in tight to the goalie. What do you think West Effort should have done there to avoid that goal?
Well, you got to mark up. I mean, you got to be responsible for that. That's the second corner kick this game where even in the previous one, the ball that floated in, you still don't want middle beating you to the ball and putting it on frame here. So it was somewhat of a problem on Saturday. The best chances from Morristown were coming off of restarts. And, you know, Middle Township's got height here. And that's an easy header. I mean, he's right on goal. I mean, easy spot there. You got to defend that better.
Varela looked a little surprised to turn and only see white shirts attacking the ball there.
Yeah, that's not Varela's fault at all. Defensively, there's no way that kid should run that clean inside your 6 on a corner kick. At a minimum, he should be contested somewhat.
Casey Todd back in as Zuzulock takes his seat. Right now, West Effort losing possession in midfield. I said it earlier for Middle Township. Now it's just as important for West Effort. You got to forget, forgive, and move on.
Yeah, this is going to be a good game. You can tell. This is two evenly matched teams. Both teams have done a good job of creating scoring opportunities. So I think this one's going to be a little bit high-scoring game here.
Well, we are tied at 1 here, just halfway through the first half. And Middle Township with a free kick just on their side of the field.
And again, this is dangerous here, right? You got the wind going with you. You've already proven that they've got some height and they're good in the air. So we'll see how West Effort marks up here inside the 18.
Saw Tate marking the player, trying to make a run on the far side.
Optical illusion there.
Just over the top of the net. Some Middle Township parents thought that one went in. Varela was extending like he wasn't quite sure either. But all it is a goal kick.
Yeah, just over the bar there. I think Varela had that covered, but over the bar. And again, well-struck ball there by Middle Township.
Especially with the wind coming in behind it. You don't know, that could have dropped down at any second. Little physical play. Off the goal kick, headed ahead by Wayman.
Yeah, it's a good win there by Middle Township. Chase McCray there, good win.
David Wright stepping up, trying to dispossess. Looked like it might have gone off his own player as he tried to chip it forward. Middle playing it up the opposite side of the field from their strength, but it does roll out, and that'll be a West Effort throw-in. Got some subs in the game now, a little bit of a different unit. Want to make sure everyone's comfortable. Huge throw-in there by Dom Tate. Keith Wayman lines up, number 17. Blocks the ball. Middle Township heads it out.
That's a ball. I feel like the wind's picking up a little bit as this game goes on. It's supposed to storm a little later.
Another big throw by Tate, headed on by Franza. Todd possesses. Cross is chipped out. It's the side Schulte likes to throw in from. He'll look to put this in the box. Try and generate a scoring opportunity off of this throw.
And we'll see West Effort's Shane Burns going to stay back on this occasionally with his height. He'll get in on those opportunities, but it's just a throw in here.
Good throw into the 6.
Again, Easy win there for Middle Township.
Low cross in by Schulte's. Chip by Chase Straczynski. Tries to keep the ball in bounds, but it just rolls over the end line, and that will be a Middle Township goal kick.
So again, very evenly played game. First 5 to 7 minutes, West Effort really came out. Great effort, energy, creating opportunities, getting the first goal. After that goal was scored, you could see Middle Township begin to settle down and begin to possess it a little bit more and start to create some more chances and then scoring off of a corner kick.
But you don't, if you're West Effort, you don't mind Middle Township possessing the ball a little bit more. With our style of offense, we don't need to win the possession game to win the scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, you want to. We're the way we play. We don't pressure tremendously out of the back. All right, so we're trying to invite the mistake and then counter off of it. In regards to the time of possession, I mean, the 50-50 balls here. That's one of the keys to this game. That we don't want to give up more possession, right, in the midfield. But if we're behind the ball and they want to ping it back and forth, that's not something that is of overly concerned to Coach McAndrew and Coach DeStefano. Of course, Coach McAndrew, first year varsity coach here at West Effort High School.
Doing a phenomenal job taking over a program that you knew that was set up for a strong year at least. You never know you're going to have a strong year, but they knew they had the clientele to make it happen. He's done a heck of a job steering that ship. I know this was one of their big goals too, making a run in the Coaches Cup.
Yeah, the boys and girls soccer teams both having good years and benefit from a really good youth program that does a good job of handing off to the high school and they get into 9th grade. A number of kids that can play. And so for Tim to take the team over, just like when Steve took it over before him and Doc before that, the programs always seems to be in good shape.
It's quite a lineage of West Effort boys soccer coaches, too.
Yeah, and don't forget Camerata before that.
And there's your last 20 years of West
There you
Effort
go.
boys soccer, maybe more.
That's right.
And you've been a part of a lot of those years, too, Coach Vilary.
I have, yes. I worked with all 3 coaches. Actually, I worked with Tim. We were both sub-varsity. So, yeah, it's a great program. It's a great experience for the kids. And people ask me about, like, high school soccer. I tell them, like, it's such a unique experience. You make great friends. They have a great time between the team dinners. And again, at West Effort, we're always, very competitive and oftentimes very successful, which is also helps with that experience. But, yeah, I mean, with McAndrew and Coach DeStefano, you got a combination of a lot of soccer knowledge and also guys who are going to create a positive feeling within the team.
And I know for Coach McAndrew, one of the big things about him taking over was that Coach DeStefano was staying on staff.
Yeah, they definitely talked prior to the interview process. McAndrew wanted to make sure that he kept that continuity. Coach DeStefano started in 2010 with Coach Doherty. They played together at St. Joe's. Coach DeStefano was a goalie originally from Washington Township, and he's done a great job with our goalies. We've had a lot of success every year. I don't know the exact number. We've had multiple first-team
ball into Odom. Varela can't scoop it up. Odom can't collect.
Yeah, so again, well-played ball. And in this time of year, the boxers are going to get a little choppy with the grass. And Varela recovers with difficult ball. And fortunately, West Effort was there to cover it up.
You'll take a little good luck there trying to turn it around. I think that's Franz on the far side.
Hartman.
Hartman on the far side. But Middle Township does recover nicely. Not quite enjoying the same amount of possession we saw in those first few minutes.
Yeah, and again, that particular possession started with a great turn from their midfielder who was able to play out wide in the space. So the midfield that they have right now is doing a great job of possessing, turning, and then finding the proper space to play the ball in. If you notice that the vulnerability with this can be those corners, particularly if you have speed, and I'm sure Middle Township probably scouted that, and that's where they're looking to attack.
And they certainly do have the speed. Saw Shane Byrne back there directing a little bit of traffic after the play. Wants to make sure his defense is where they want to be. All ball by Dom Tate, the official calls out. That's a great challenge.
Yeah, and again, Dom turns it over there. He does exactly what you want to see. He reacts properly. He gets back and wins the ball back for West Effort. You're never going to be perfect on your passes, but when you turn it over, you gotta bust it back. So that ball played out of bounds.
That'll be a West Deptford throw-in. Looks like now Franza coming out. Gavin Zuzulock back on the pitch. Tate turns around, plays it back to Byrne, swings it across to David Wright. Wright surveying the field. Not play the ball ahead very well. Hulmes almost makes the save for him. But now Middle Township charging ahead. Great challenge by Shane Byrne. Looks to change the field quickly. Goalie off the line, but the ball's not in the box yet. Todd can't quite finish the play there, but Middle Township just plays it out of bounds, and it'll be a West Deptford throw-in looking to continue attacking here.
Yeah, we got 11 minutes left. As I said, the wind started to pick up a little bit. If you can get the 2-1 lead in the second half with the wind, it'll be a distinct advantage here. So we got right with the big throw-in here.
Does get it into the box over the Middle Township head. Schulte's with the ball at his feet, turns around right outside the box, looking for space. Tries to stay with it. Saw those defensive mids maybe wanting to rush up, but knowing their position was to stay back. Make sure the ball doesn't get by them too easy.
Yeah, and Schulte's surrounded by players there, trying to make something happen. Good flick there by Casey.
Great flick, ball played inside. Zuzulock turns it around.
Could have been a foul there.
Todd did look like he got pushed off the ball a little bit, but no whistle, and Middle Township looks to turn it around.
Yeah, I would have called that one.
I'll get you a whistle.
I don't think Middle Township would like my officiating.
Schulte's looking to make a move.
I just got the foul there on Casey Todd in the back.
Heard the whistle, but just saw the official with his hands up. Not familiar with what that means in soccer terms.
I don't think it means anything other than keep your hands down.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
He was giving the calm down sign.
Could have been a push in the back there. Hard to see from here, but it will be a Middle Township free kick. Tommy Carr sends the ball forward. Wayman heads it out of the center. That's from that side they've liked to attack from. Berridon with the ball on his feet, surrounded by West Deptford. Hulme stays in front of him, puts it out over the end line, but it'll be another corner from that side. They put the previous ball in the back of the net. And I do believe this is Matt Scrignoli.
That's how you pronounce it.
Left footer coming in from the end line. He's probably going to look to put the same ball in he did last time.
Hey, listen, anytime you can put a little bender inside the 18 like that, you're in business.
With the wind coming that way, ball's in the air, higher, a little deeper, over everyone's head and rolls out.
Yeah, again, left-footed. He's putting some bend on it. Again, wind's working to his advantage, but he didn't drive that one as well. Kind of put a little too much air on and goes right out of bounds.
Similar to the first corner he had where he put it up a little too high.
Yeah, you got to put a little more drive out, a little bit more. But on the original play, good job by Luke Hulmes there. Possession by Middle Township side the 18. Stayed in front, didn't allow the cross to take place.
The numbers tell us that Berridon, number 17, is very dangerous, so that's a great play by Hulmes there. Unfortunately, West Deptford can't possess off the goal kick. Middle Township looking to play the ball into that corner. Hartman had that scouted that time.
Yeah, that's one thing you need to do. You might have to have your outside mid sit a little bit deep, wing backs sit a little bit more. Getting caught up high a little bit too much.
Nate Bassett seals off Odom. Odom runs him down, though. Bassett's so calm with the ball, though. Ball off the official, though, so that will be Middle Township throw.
They're going to drop it. Yeah.
Middle not challenging the drop.
Yeah, it was West. I mean, it was West Deptford possession here.
Was wondering how long into the game we were going to go before a little bit of lack of soccer experience was going to come into play for me. The answer is 22 and a half minutes. 32 and a half minutes.
You're doing a great job.
I made a math mistake at the same time. That's more embarrassing.
That should be. I mean, but you don't teach. You're a computer
I'm a
science guy.
computer science guy now. I
That's
would have
right.
needed a spreadsheet for that kind of arithmetic. Buried him with the ball at his feet. Tall kid. Looks very confident.
Yeah, he's very composed. You can tell. Patient. Inside, outside foot.
Spins around. 3 different defenders. Plays the ball in. Varela all over it.
Yeah, and again, good. I like that shot by him. You know, just trying to place it more corner. Location wasn't good. Just tried to sneak a quick shot. Anything that's bouncing on the ground inside these 18s can be dangerous. So, and that's right there is what you see. Key to the game here is West Effort in the last 10 minutes is not winning the ball in the midfield anymore.
Opportunity here, though, with Schulte's charging ahead with a head of steam. Plays it out wide. Nobody over there for the Eagles, but Hulmes manages to keep the ball in the middle township end. Unfortunately, goes off the chest of Austin Carr. Berridon plays that dangerous corner right, trying to run it down, and does before Tommy Shagrin can get his foot on it. Shagrin will pause for a second and let the middle township offense set itself up. Shagrin throw in, throws it back a little bit. They survey the field. That's a big boot in, looking for Odom on the other end, but it's too deep, and that will be a West Deptford goal kick.
So again, watching this goal kick here, we'll get a sense of what's happening. Early on in the game, West Deptford's doing a great job getting first to the ball. A lot of good flicks that led into some dangerous attack. At this point in time, they're losing first and second ball, which is allowing Middle Township. And again, you see right here, they're fighting over the ball. We got to get to that ball quicker.
Almost looked like 2 Middle Township players fighting over control of that goal kick. They will retain possession. Throw in just past midfield. Want to see that energy we had on the offensive end early. With just over 5 minutes to play in the first half, you want to end on a high note. Especially switching sides, going with the wind in the second half, as you said. Little sub here from Middle Township, I think.
Starter, number 12 started out there, Xander Harden. Cameron Odom gave some good minutes, though. All right, so this is where the attack's got to come out of. You see the turnover. Now you got Zuz with space, come with numbers.
Franza coming up the middle of the field with a head full of steam. Now he's just looking to stay on side and hope for a cross. Ball out in the middle to Zuzulock. Does get there first. Tries to chip it ahead to Franza, but does get intercepted by a Middle Township player.
There you go. So this is going to be a foul against Middle Township. This is a great scoring opportunity here with 4:44 left in the first half.
Bassett standing over the ball. Looks like they're going to let him take it.
Thought there may have been a handball on that. I'm not sure if I'm on a middle right at the 18. So looks like he's going to play this one across. Always looking to come off his line immediately.
Good chip into Zuzulock, just over the crossbar. Great ball by Bassett there. Just the height you're looking for. Zuzulock making the charge just a bit too high.
Yeah, tough angle there for Zuz, but he got a lot on that head ball, just over. Again, that was a good opportunity there for West Deptford. So let's start seeing them win the ball a little bit more here. Good win by Bassett.
Bassett only a sophomore, too. Another young player in this upperclassman lineup.
And again, Aiden Franza freshman battling there. Going to get West Deptford another opportunity.
Almost from the same spot, maybe a little further outside, but right about the same distance off of the 18. Looks like Schulte's is going to take this one as Bassett moves into the middle of the field.
Now, again, you'll notice Shane Byrne coming up from the center position, back position, has been a target all year on these kicks.
There it is, a little bit higher, roughly the same corner, goes past everyone.
Corner kick.
West Deptford's first corner kick of the game, I believe.
Yeah, and more, almost call them combining Middle Township and Morristown into one thing here. But Middle Township defender there got a foot on it, so it's going to be another good opportunity here for West Deptford. So you got Wayman, you got Shane Byrne, you got some good height out there. All right, so
and that's Bassett in the corner coming in with the right foot, trying to bend it against the
great
wind.
Ball. So great.
That Byrne might have jumped a little earlier than he wanted to. He's coming down.
Yeah, he needs your hang time, Seeley.
Luke Hulmes keeps that ball deep as much as anything to give his teammates a chance to catch up.
And again, not a bad foul there by Luke Hulmes, and you see what his position is, right? Center defensive mid, steps up, wins possession back, battles. About to get past there. I'm okay with that foul, right?
Looked like you might have gotten a bit of ball there anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you go to your feet, you get a tiny bit of ball, more leg. Oftentimes they're going to call it. But even just technically there, Middle Township was going forward with some with numbers, so this will allow us to get organized. But again, they have been dangerous in this situation, placing the good balls right about the. I'm a little bit low. Didn't get under it the way he wanted.
Tommy Carr with a driving ball there, possessed by West Effort. Zuzulock looking to carry, brings it up the wing.
A great ball by Zuz. Got Nate isolated one-on-one on the outside back. It's a good place to be.
Defender did a good job staying with him there despite the footwork, but Middle Township can't clear all the way. Headed out to Bassett, big boot in, just wide. That'll be a Middle Township goal kick.
Yeah.
Starting to see a little bit more possession for West Effort.
Yeah, that was a great counter. They had the kick from midfield. Kid flubbed a little bit. Zuz with speed there on the counter, gets it into space. And good scoring opportunity. Anytime, like I said, if you can get Schulte isolated outside on 1-on-1 back, he's going to create something.
Another low ball, but Zuzulock can't quite keep that off his foot. Middle Township will keep possession. Tate does manage to clear it up, and you see Franza fighting for the ball again. Zuzulock gets in front of that one.
There's a slight change here, too. Zuz now is playing that attacking center mid position. Schulte's moved up to the forward spot.
Now, why do you make a switch like that? Do you think one player is better suited? Is it a little bit of rest on the field? Maybe for Schulte's, not expected to come back quite so deep on each ball?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It could be that. It could be just a rest thing. Midfield, you're going to do a lot more work or it just might be like your matchup there, right? You might look like I wouldn't try to get Schulte's the ball on that outside back. I mean, probably one of the two things there.
Just 30 seconds to play here as the teams fight for possession at midfield. Hulmes plays it forward. Franza and Schulte's making a crossing run. Despite your pleas, Nate not quite able to catch up to the ball.
Good step there by Wayman. Good win.
Great win by Wayman as the clock is winding down. You just want to make sure nothing behind you right now. Zuzulock stays in front of his man, played forward by Hartman. Ball rolls out of bounds, and that might do it for the first half. Looks like both teams are conceding that it does. And we will go into halftime with the score tied at 1.
Yeah, very entertaining first half. All right, both teams with a lot of scoring opportunities. A little ebb and flood with the momentum. West Effort coming out with a tremendous amount of effort and pace. Strikes first, maybe with about 7-8 minutes in. And then Middle Township, after that goal, really settled in, started to possess. And you can see they're trying to exploit that far right side. So when that wing back for West Effort gets caught high on the left side, they're finding that open space. And the kid out there has got speed and been generating some attack that way. So for West Effort, the advantage here is you've got the wind on your side. This ball's going to float a little bit more. And it's just something about defensively not having the wind in your face when you're trying to play the ball out. So good first half, entertaining first half.
Absolutely. I would say keys for West Effort are winning those 50-50 balls as you talked about. And you got to clean up the set pieces, Middle Township. Scoring the goal off the corner kick. You want to make sure you don't let that happen.
Yeah, and again, you saw that off the first one. Like they were there uncontested. Kid got ahead on it. The second one, again, not to be hypercritical here, you can't have that because the coach is going to drive you crazy on a corner kick like that to have a kid run right inside the 6 unopposed and just hammer it in with his head. You know, somebody of these has to slow him down, check him on the run, getting away, disrupt, and make it hard. And that was an easy one.
Sure, can't give up any easy goals at this point in the season if you want to move forward. Both teams getting a little bit of a rest. Not too hot today. Was worried about that. Saw the temperature might be spiking a little bit. But definitely both teams have the legs, and I look forward to the second half. Yeah,
it's going to be a really good second half. So we'll be back with you once the halftime is over.
now. I don't know what that was. I thought you texted that to me.
Could have been it. Or like the rest part. They would think it's a great shape. You got a little bit of a break early. Totally get white.
Yeah, I didn't.
Didn't know the drop ball.
Yeah, is that not like legal? No, you shouldn't practice it like that. Okay.
Say, what if that's the only soccer thing? I'll get to here like I did. Center clear and just look at that. Look at the shot. No.
And they're rehearsing. Don't need pre-production meetings. No.
Well, you had that dad helping us out.
See how it works, right? Yeah. See what they're trying to do when it's effective.
Dude, those first 5, 6, 7 minutes were like, all right. There'll be a little bit more pushing to that. Regulation. Katie, hopefully everything goes well. I'll be home for dinner. I have 4 shots of Schulte. Great dinner. Yeah. Eventually start taking done. I'll get home. So I'm like, well, I didn't put it into the game. Why would you do that?
That's actually a pretty good commentary. I don't know if that lives in my mind. I'm watching. 4 shots on yet.
Maybe save 2. Put them in the cast iron skillet once the game is done. Stovetop will reheat mine. The pork chop, I do not want reheated. Thank you very much. She came home last week with the ShopRite brand Thanksgiving.
Glad. I mean, I'm jealous.
They taste like
But I'm still glad.
they're delicious. Eric Brad is like
Spicy Italian sausage with Zuzulock. Spicy Italian flavor potato cheese. And it worked. I think it works. I think what this one great
this year. Adam Human.
I got a good kid. Great kid.
Worried about if I eat a snack. Yeah, there's feed them. They get spread out.
Yeah.
Opens a can of Pringles, proceeds to put the Pringle on his tongue and just let it rest there. And then he pulls it out of his mouth, turns it around, and does the same thing on the other side. I go, what the hell are you doing? He goes, how to get off of the season off for you as a kid. You know how you said there's no campfire in there? There are dumb ways like Pringles.
You got to find like Colorado Springs. I'm like, oh, it's only, on the map, like in summer, it's like a 3-hour drive. Snow chances. It takes you like 10 hours. I'm thinking, I drove all like that. I don't care about snow. Go, Mr. Seeley.
How is a dumb way to eat a Pringle?
No, you just lick all of the seasoning off.
Is that Mikey?
No, it's a season here.
Oh!
No, Mikey cried the other day because McDonald's gave him a larger size fry than he wanted.
You told me that once.
That's the first thing he wanted.
You wanted a key fry.
He wanted a huge fry, and they gave me a small fry. I'd walk in 2.5 miles to the distance, playing disc golf. At the beginning, I wasn't here going for a playground. He was a wreck.
Yeah, that's getting like that. Hopefully you don't ever go all the way down. You only get it, like you know what I mean? Halfway down and press
See Lorenzo says you got your glasses for speakers over here at practice. Great work. Come on, middle. Let's go.
Welcome back for the second half. As we said, the teams will flip sides, meaning West Deptford has the wind at their back. Coach Vilary, you think that's a big advantage as we get into the latter stages of the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's not too windy out, but it helps. I mean, particularly, you know, on restarts and things of that nature.
It also
It
might be
definitely
hard
helps.
for us to tell 10 feet up here just how bad the wind might be on ground level.
I know, especially, I know you're scared of heights, so it probably feels like 25 to 30 feet, but
Really like the way you said that, like you're not also scared of heights.
I fear nothing, Coach Seeley. All right, so we're going with, looks like the same starters in the game, and we're going to have Schulte start up top, pressuring. There you go. And Zuzulock looks like he's going to be the attacking center mid to start the second half.
That's what they ended the first half with. Saw there Casey Todd trying to play the ball back. Middle Township crossing to that right side of the field.
And you'll see the wing back stepping high here. All right, good. And that's by design, right? Again, you'll see there's not a ton of pressure. You're just sort of inviting that ball. There's no seams. There's nowhere to go. And they get the turnover. Hartman trying to pretend like it didn't go off a West effort back.
Great play. I believed it. Hartman does get his head on the ball. Middle Township, both captains with the armband here right in front of us. But now that Steve Barrett carries it to the opposite side. Looking to set something up. See a lot of Middle Township players following the ball to whatever side of the field it's on. They got 6 guys over there. Rough clear by David Wright. That's the other captain, Austin Carr. Puts it on net, but wide. Danny Varela will take that every time. He'll look to put the ball out with a goal kick.
Yeah, Dave knew it as soon as he hit it. that again, last place you want to turn the ball over there is the middle of the field. Fortunately, the Middle Township player puts it about 5 feet wide of goal. So Varela on the 6th kick here.
Big boot past midfield. It's a Middle Township player there to meet it. Again, not really challenged by any West Deptford Eagle.
Yeah, way too easy here. This entire build is way too easy.
See Carr and Barrett playing again. Shane Byrne big in the middle. Little ball to Hulmes. Looks for who to pass it to. Casey Todd beat to the ball by a third captain, Tommy Carr. A lot of pink armbands out there.
Yeah, that was well done by him. As the forward there, you want to try to stay ball side on the defender.
Big ball ahead by Hulmes. Just a little bit too strong. Will roll into the 18 before Schultes can get to it. And Devin Bach will look to put it back in play. Probably the best punt he's had all day. He's had a couple of low, short ones, but that was a big one.
Yeah, and again, West Deptford on Saturday came out second half, just full blast, creating opportunities, was able to put 2 in. So far, it's starting the second half here. Middle Township slightly better, getting the better of the play here with possession.
Little miscommunication on where the throw-in should come from. That ball by Hulmes, I believe, went off the tree there. Great catch by Justin McCullen at the table. Official tells him to put it back in play closer to midfield. There's some good challenge by West Deptford. Turns the ball, hoping Schultes can make something happen. They do retain possession, and we'll get some green and white shirts moving up the field.
All right, so we've got Casey Todd on the throw here.
Todd puts it in the box to nobody. Middle Township controls it on the sideline, but that will be another West Deptford throw. Bassett holding it right now. Doesn't quite have the cannon, I think Casey Todd does, and he looks to play a possession throw in. Todd leaves it for Zuzulock. Zuzulock dispossessed. They play for another free throw, and there's that big Casey Todd throw. Header off the back. Schultes cannot get to it before Bach does, and Middle Township will reverse the field.
Yeah, so again, well done there by West Deptford. And punt here held out by the winds.
There's definitely the wind coming into play.
Yeah, and for West Deptford with this formation, sometimes you're not as effective or dangerous if you're not on the counter. That makes sense. Your two CDMs sit a little bit back further, so oftentimes a big gap between your forwards and the midfield. So Dave Wright turns it over there, fouls. It's going to be a restart kick here for Middle Township. Probably about 40 yards out here.
Sounds about right. Lucky no card there for David Wright.
Yeah, he could have got one there. Typically anything from behind on the ground, you're going to get the card.
Number 7, Tommy Carr, looks to put the ball in. Barrett going to the right side. Everyone else to the left. Carr puts it in deep, headed back to the center. Varela corrals it just as Tommy Shagrin charges the net there.
Yeah, you can see Chase McCray here coming back. Good height. He's their target player on those restarts. And got ahead on that one there.
Playing almost the same position as Byrne, it looks like, as he had to run the length of the field to get back behind that play. But that's just how important they can be on some of these set pieces into the box.
Yeah, again, you have to, great teams defend them well and then take advantage of them on the offensive side.
West Deptford looks like they were expecting that ball to roll out of bounds, and it does. David Wright with the throw in up the line, headed ahead by Zuzulock. Great header, gives the ball Schultes on the sideline in space. Schultes gets past the defender, puts a shot on net into the far side of the goal. Goal, Nate Schultes.
And again, great ball there by Zuzulock, playing off into space. Nate Schultes, as we said earlier, trying to get an isolated on the outside defender, gets in a one-on-one situation, cuts it back to his right foot, and perfectly places it in the side panel, bending it around the goalie. Great shot there by Nate Schultes.
Love to see Schultes not doing too much there either. Gets around the defender, realizes he's got a one-on-one with the goaltender, and takes the shot.
Yeah, and great goal scorers stay composed. Right, their heart doesn't beat any faster when it's their time to take the shot. And for Nate Schultes, of course, I believe that's his 16th goal of the season.
Believe that's correct. On the counterattack, as you predicted, David Wright throw in. Chip header by Zuzulock. Schultes takes it the rest of the way. Zuzulock here with possession back to Wayman. Did not expect the Middle Township player behind him. Barrett with possession. He can possess the ball. He knows what to do with the ball at his feet, and he looks to take to the middle, looks to shoot. Varela there to scoop that one up.
Yeah, again, Wayman sort of dummied that ball. Typically, you don't want to do that on your defensive third of the field. Didn't see Barrett in there, and Barrett's a dangerous player with the ball on his foot. Defense did a good job staying between him and the goal.
Casey Todd with the chip header. Schultes lays it off for Zuzulock. Zuzulock puts it over everything, and that ball is stuck in a tree.
All right, so and a good job of Rel on that previous shot. So West Deptford tries to counter off of it. I think we have maybe the JV soccer team here, maybe a team effort. Going to have to go up there and get that ball.
I think that's Caleb Delaney walking over to it right now. He does not have the height to reach that thing on his own. Great kid, though. They call him Smiley. Middle Township with possession at midfield. Turns. David right there to step in front of it, but doesn't find any West Deptford Eagle to put on the other end. Middle Township looking to do something up that right sideline. Turn it back to the middle of the field. Austin Carr swings it the other way. That's Xander Harden now playing it back to the middle. Middle Township comfortable with that possession about 25, 30 yards out and just hoping for an opening.
Great effort there by Casey. He sat on that, waited for the second ball to happen, wins it, tries to hook it, almost gets it through to Schultes. Not sure if he would have been offsides or not, but a great effort there by Casey Todd.
Love Casey smacking the field there like he made a huge mistake, as if he hadn't already made 3 great plays just to get his foot on the ball. Hartman hustling over to the sideline, can't quite save it. It'll be a Middle Township throw-in. Quick one. Strong challenge by David Wright. Another Middle Township throw-in to follow.
Dave a little shook up on that.
They've got Shagrin throwing the ball in. Nothing too easy. And Varela does make the save. You know that Middle Township player would have wanted to get a little more on it there. Was unable to. Xander Harden had Nate Bassett on his back. Wasn't able to put enough on the ball, and Varela makes the save. Like we said, no easy goals here. Schulte fights through 2 defenders. Given advantage by the official, ball to Zuzulock, but Zuzulock is flagged offsides.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Looked like he was right on the defender.
It looked good to me, and I will give the referee, he had a much better angle than I did, for sure.
He was on top of the play.
Yeah, but Schulte's with a great ball there. Goalie made the save, so no harm on that one, but that was a good build there by West Effort.
Good boot up the field. Middle Township player gets under Hartman.
Yeah, well done there by West Effort. And again, handles the pressure. Anytime you get that pressure, usually if you can connect twice, you're going to find your way out of it.
Defense looking to set up the offense. Hulmes doesn't put the pass on that he's looking for. Now Bassett fighting up the sideline. That'll be a Middle Township throw-in.
Yeah, West Effort probably would have been better served in that possession, trying to play a little further out wide. A lot of traffic in the middle there.
Wright just boots it up. Get a dangerous ball up the field a little bit. Give Zuzulock playing that center mid position something to do there. Good stop by Wayman.
Yeah, so West Effort, you can tell right here, 11 guys behind the ball. All right, putting some pressure on here by Nate, and that's what you want to see from your forward.
Schulte
great job by
gets a foot on that. Does go out of bounds, though, but that's exactly what you were talking about. You want to see Schulte pressuring every one of those balls.
That's a West Effort throw. Well, it was, I don't know, Middle Township kicked it out of bounds. I don't think the referee saw it, so they took a stab at it, and they got it wrong.
Tell me how you really feel, Coach Vilary.
Well, it was an easy call. I don't know.
West Effort gets possession anyway. Zuzulock carries it across the middle, chips it through to Casey Todd, who swings it outside for Zuzulock. Zuzulock with a touch to the end line. Turns the ball back around, puts it out to Nate Bassett. Low cross in. Middle Township player heads it out to the 18, and Middle Township will turn it back around. Looked like a real threat there, but Middle Township did a great job countering, and now they're bringing the ball all the other way. Berridin and David Wright fighting a little bit. Wright makes the clear, but Middle Township sends it right back up the field.
Yeah, good win there by Dave Wright.
Middle Township doing what they do again, possessing the ball in the middle of the field, about 25, 30 yards out, looking for an opportunity to put the ball in. They play a lot of guys right across there.
Yeah, and for West Effort, the key for them, once they win that ball defensively, they got to find Zuzulock. He's actually open or space there. He's got to take half a second, survey, find him, and play it to his feet. And when we've done that, we've been able to get good attack on the counter.
See Schulte's just gesture with his hand to his teammates saying, calm down, we are in control right now. You don't have to just boot everything as hard as you can. Let's make smart choices. Here's one here, ball at Zuzulock's feet, as you said. Looks like Schulte's knew he was offsides,
yeah,
held
he
up
tried
on
to
the
hold
run.
up. Yeah, and sometimes, too, yeah, he came from an offsides position. So that's a tough one for Zeus. Sometimes, too, if you're that midfielder and you see him off your best serve, just maybe taking that hard, low shot there. But coming from the offsides position, that's a much more difficult thing to read on the counter there.
Feels like Mother Nature trying to make us look foolish right here. We spent all that time talking about how important the wind will be, and there is not a leaf moving right now.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, don't have a meteorology degree. I go by my Google phone, which, is right 50% of the time.
If you had an iPhone, that goes up to 55%, I heard.
Is that right?
I don't know. I have a Google phone, too.
That's right. I have an iPhone. The funny part was I didn't even get your joke. I'm like, what's wrong with that?
Oh, Wayman looks to move the ball up, puts a big boot on it, looking for Casey Todd at the other end. But it just stays inside the 18. Was probably a little long anyway, and Bach recovers. Might just make the roll out here, puts the ball at his feet, plays it. Schultes was waiting for it. Schultes gets there first. Has Casey Todd wide out if he wants him. Playing it again off the foot. Just puts it into the side of the cage.
Yeah, again, goalie with a bad ball there. He knows it. He's feeling bad about it, but fortunately for him, Nate Schultes put it on the side of the net there. Nate's looking for a breather here. So you got 26 left here. West Africa's going to have to sub some of these guys out. Casey Todd's coming out now for Dawson Tillman. And Nate's looking for a sub, too. These guys up top, obviously, it's a sprint.
And that was a big run by Schultes right there on that ball by the goalie. Berridin, David Wright doing a little bit of hand fighting up the side. Official letting him play. David Wright manages to turn it, plays the ball off of Berridin and out of bounds. Great play by David Wright there against a strong offensive player.
Yeah, Dave Wright doing a great job there.
Official saw that from Middle Township. Nate Schultes asking for a second opinion. Official on the far side calling for them to stop the clock.
Yeah, I think Middle Township player might be bleeding.
Austin Carr, it looks, headed off.
So it's
wiping it on the grass, though, so he should be okay.
So the ball's out on West Stafford. Schultes disagrees with that call.
And it does look like Austin Carr will take a little bit of a break, get that looked at. Osmundson back in from Middle Township. Zuzulock steps ahead. Great dispossession there. Tilgman making a run. He's got fresh legs. Like to see what he can do here. Schultes plays that ball in the middle. Good clear by Tommy Carr.
Yeah, it was a good little toe poke there by Zuz. Nate Schultes got a run. Middle Township had about 4 or 5 guys behind the ball there. Wasn't much to do there.
Chase McCray from Middle Township makes a decision just to play the ball right out of bounds.
Yeah, so we got 25 left. You can see Nate's calling for a sub here. Not a bad idea anyway. There's 25 left. Give him a breather so he can finish strong here.
First 15 minutes of this half did go by quickly. Got David Wright all the way down the field looking to make a strong throw-in into the box. Got Zuzulock and Schultes on the near side closest to him. Ball's up. Hopefully Schultes on the other end. Cleared by Middle Township, but Zuzulock challenges.
Yeah, well done there by Zuz. Good pressure. Could have been a handball, not called.
Middle Township parents were calling for it.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, his hand was a little elevated, so if your hand's a little bit up, not in a natural position, a lot of times referees will call that, even if it's unintentional. That one could have gone either way, to be honest with you.
Great rule clarification there. Thank you, Coach Vilary. David Wright looking to take the throw-in on the near side, but Schultes will get that rest he's asking for. Nate Bassett moving up. Dave Wright looking for Hartman, finds him. Chip ahead by Hartman, misplayed by Chase McCray. Tilgman with the ball. McCray looking to clear it. I think that's a call for a corner kick by the official on the far side.
Yeah, that's what they're, let's see here.
Yeah, they're setting up for the corner.
Yeah, and again, Dawson Tillman there gets outside there. Could have crossed with his left foot, instead flicks it off the defender for the corner kick. So we'll see if this works out here. We got Bassett again on the corner. And looks like Byrne again is up the field. Got Dawson Tillman with some height also.
As the wind does pick up a little bit for this cross to the far post. That was a Tilgman head on it. Back across the box. Finds a Middle Township player at the other end, and Tommy Chagrin puts it out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a good contest there by both sides. So again, right here with the big throw. Looks like he's going to target Zuz. Tillman making a run.
Puts it right at Tilgman's feet. Tilgman looking to turn. Instead, ooh, fooled me. And earns another corner kick for the Eagles. That's good work by Tilgman, just earning the corner kick on that side.
Yeah, Tilgman moves well for a big kid. He's got good size. Talked to Coach McGandrew. He's a really well-liked player on the team. Got a personality that everybody seems to enjoy and like. Goes to the freshman game, so Coach McAndrews attributed a lot of their success this year to the senior leadership.
Bassett puts the ball in. Shane Byrne tries to get ahead on it, skips across. Put back to the center. West Effort maintains possession. They'll look to do something to it here. Wayman with it, brings it to Hulmes out in midfield. Defense looking to get it to the offensive players. Middle Township doing a good job putting pressure on, not making the decision easy.
Yeah, number 9, Tommy Chagrin there. Did a nice job there, sort of forcing that pass back inside.
That was Will Casterline, number 27, putting a good ball forward. Zuzulock getting pushed off the ball a little bit there. Looks like you're looking for a call, Coach Vilary, but no whistle coming.
Yeah, he put a shoulder in the middle of his back there. Zuz had good position there. Could have been a call.
Wayman playing forward a little bit right now, doing a good job keeping possession at the center of the field, but he'll retreat, ball at Bassett's feet. He'll turn, play it for Tilghman.
Yeah, great turn there by Bassett.
That'll be a West Effort throw-in. You expressed concern at halftime that if we got the first goal of the second half, you expected it to get a little chippy. You're looking like soccer Nostradamus right now.
I've been called that before.
Really?
No, I haven't, but
It'd be amazing.
I don't think anybody's ever been called that, though. Soccer Nostradamus.
There's got to be a shorter way to say it. It's not a great nickname.
Yeah.
David Wright for the throw-in, looking to put the ball in the box, but a sub coming on. Giving Zuzulock a little breather, put Franza in there. No, even though he's just a freshman, another big, strong kid.
Yeah, you got Franz and Hartman. You got 2 good freshmen here at West Effort.
Bassett plays the ball out. Hartman looking to do a little bit more with that ball. As we said, Wayman pushing up a little bit right now. A little fancy footwork out of Wayman. Looks to center it. Tilghman making the run, maybe a half step late, but all Middle can do is play it out wide, and it'll be another throw-in.
Yeah, that's a great step and win there by Keith. That's what you want from that position. Showing some skill there. Plays a nice ball into the middle. Challenging ball. Middle Township's able to clear it out.
It's a lot of those M words because we are limited by not being able to say Eagles as often. Ball headed out off the right throw, and Wright getting some good distance on these throw-ins. Tilghman tries to turn there. They say the ball went off of him, and it will be a Middle Township goal kick.
Yeah, and again, you see Keith Wayman step up. Tried to side volley that as a soccer player. That's always a fun shot when you see that ball bouncing and you got time and space around the 18 to take the rip. He ends up in front of the goal, but out on West Effort. As you said, Tillman was right there trying to deflect it, trying to turn, but out of bounds.
Monte Carlo coming in, playing this side of the field. That's the side that Middle was looking to attack from in the first half. They play the ball up the far side.
Yeah, and Monte Carlo's done a good job both Saturday and today on that outside wing back position. You can tell he's got some skill in the ball and delivers a good service when coming up the left line here.
When you could have the best starting 11 in the state, but if you don't have a few more players who can come in off the bench and make a difference, you can't compete at this level.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the first things first, to be a great team, you have to be really good up the middle, and West Effort has that this year. You got a goalie in Varela, you got Wayman and Byrne and Humes up the middle with Zeus and Nate's you're really good up the middle. When you're going to have a great year is when you have players on the outside with skill, and then you got those 2 to 3 bench players that can provide the depth in big games.
And Coach McAndrew comfortable putting in at least 3-4 guys off the bench in almost any situation. I know in that Cinnaminson game, big one on a Saturday earlier in the season, I think he went even 5-6 deep. And late in that game, I think that went to overtime, Cinnaminson.
Yeah, they tied 1-1, which, again, was a good road tie. From my understanding, I wasn't at the game. West Effort had a lot of really good chances. But that would have been a great win. Good fight there by Dom Tate.
No whistle. Middle Township player had his head up like he might be looking for one, but one not coming. Middle Township trying to say that's their throw-in. West Effort disagrees and is correct this time.
Good thing they cut that tree branch down before today's game. Dom threw it right in there. Yeah, so again, Dom there, yeah, he's got to try to play the ball a little bit more there. He got the ball with the side foot, but the hip check came first. So this is going to give Middle Township a really good scoring opportunity with 17 minutes left. So for Dom, you love his aggressiveness on that right backside. Every once in a while, they got to watch with the fouls in that defensive third of the field.
Official moving the West Effort wall back onto the 18. Middle looks to be maybe 25 yards out. That's the area of the field they've been looking to attack from all half.
I think he's going to put this on goal. This is Steve Barrington. He's a right-footed player. He's going to put this on.
Definitely gets under it a little bit, floats it high and long.
Yeah, he was looking to take the shot there. He just didn't drive it enough. And from that distance, you got to get some laces through and strike it a little bit more than what he did there. Maybe tried to put a bend on with a chip, but it was a field goal that was good by about 20 yards over.
I don't think we'd trade Brady Clark for him yet, though.
No.
Odom plays it forward for Middle Township. Wayman looks to chip it outside just behind Monte Carlo, spins him around, and it'll be a Middle Township throw-in. Jason Campbell, a junior, making the throw-in, puts it right at Odom's feet. Wayman plays it right back at him. Chips ahead. We got Franza and Tilgman making runs.
Yeah, ball played back with the head so the goalie can pick it up. So 16 minutes left here. We'll see if Middle Township does anything to try to push somebody forward. There are no ties. All right, so at some point, Middle Township's going to have to take some risk here to try to get this goal.
Looks like West Effort, the next opportunity, bringing Todd, Schultes, and Zuzulock back in the game.
Yeah, they got a good solid 10-minute rest there.
Tilgman and Franza have done a fantastic job up top, keeping some possessions alive. Here comes another ball into Tilgman. He traps it, looks to turn, chips it ahead. All the Middle Township player can do is play it back even further, and now Franza putting more pressure on. Nate Bassett looks to head it ahead to Tilgman. Missed a little bit wide, maybe.
Yeah, easy call. Ball's bouncing all over the place there. You hope at some point you're going to bring it down. Humes comes up to challenge, leaves his feet. The ball doesn't quite bounce where he thinks it is, ends up on the Middle Township player's back. So 15 left here. They're going to try to probably put this one right on the PK spot into the scrum.
Believe that's Tommy Carr looking to put the ball in from right about midfield. Doesn't, comes out wide to this right side. Jason Campbell now plays it in with his left foot, swings a good ball in. Shane Byrne heads it out of danger for now. Nate Bassett with the big clear. Tilgman in his fantastic haircut looking to make a run up the sideline. And it's all Chase McCray can do to play it out wide. West Effort, Monte Carlo maybe hoping to make a quick attack, but they do want to get those subs in as Schultes, Casey Todd, and Zuzulock all re-enter the game.
Yeah, there's no doubt that mullet on Tillman is aerodynamic.
100%.
Right?
I mean, it looks good, and he plays better with it. It's all you can ask for.
I mean, once you get the mullet, you play with a certain attitude.
I think you might have had to have the mullet, or had the attitude to consider putting the mullet on your head.
Well, let's just say it amplifies it.
Throw in by right, controlled by Middle Township, and Bach puts the punt out to midfield. Not for long, though. Wayman chips it ahead. Schultes maybe expecting him to control it a little bit better. Wasn't ready for that. Leaving Schultes in that attacking position with Zuzulock playing the center mid. Campbell tries to chip it ahead from Middle Township. Ball chipped down. Barrington, the ball at his feet right outside the 18. Great play by Byrne and Wayman. Flip the field around. Casey Todd with space. Got Schultes in the middle. Maybe a bit of a heavy touch there by Casey Todd, but he does keep possession. Zuzulock plays it back to Todd out wide. Todd looking to cross. Stopped by a Middle Township player. Whew. Casey Todd doing a lot of work right there.
And again, all that started with Shane Byrne is basically marked up with Steve Berardin right now, leading goal scorer for Middle Township. He wins the battle. They end up playing a big ball forward. Casey runs on, tries to create something, nothing really dangerous, but up a goal late with 13 left. You'd rather be in the Middle Township third of the field for sure.
100%. Casey looking for any opportunity to cross that ball to Nate Schulte's. Middle Township just kept getting in front. Casey, ooh.
And dangerous header there. Yeah, Casey's looking like we need somebody far post on that. That was a great flick by him. Dangerous ball set across. Nobody there on the far post. So it's going to be a 6-goal kick here for Middle Township.
12.5 to play here in the second half. West Deptford with a 1-goal lead. Middle Township looking for an opportunity to counterattack. Ball played off of Zuzulock. Did see Monte Carlo challenge for that 50-50. We said they weren't doing quite so much of that in the first half, so you'll love to see that here late. Little bit of a struggle on the far side, but a harmless ball scooped up by Varela. He's going to give his guys a chance to recover and get up the field. No need to do anything fast when you've got a lead this late in the game.
So I think Casey Todd here. Anytime, again, you feel like you got that battle with Casey Todd, you do like his chances. He's being as fast and strong as he is. But
although apparently the official did not like something Casey did over there, awarded the ball to Middle Township.
I'm not sure what that was. He may have been offsides, honestly. I don't know.
Could have been. We're in a ton of Middle Township players back as they look to push forward down a goal.
Yeah, I didn't quite see. Maybe just I didn't see a push, though, did you?
No.
I didn't see anything, but.
Certainly not anything more than we've seen been let go all game. Not a ton of whistles.
Good job there by Luke.
Ball played ahead. Schulte's waiting to see what the Middle Township player does. Now he challenges. Casey running up the right side. Schulte's trips over the ball himself. Manages to keep possession.
That was on purpose, Coach.
What an athlete. Chips it ahead to Zuzulock. Ball on his right foot. Goes far post and slides it in. Zuzulock makes it a 3-1 game. West Deptford Eagles.
All that started by Nate Schulte. He's doing I've never seen that before. A tumble roll on the ball. Comes back up and plays it perfectly to Zuz, who patiently takes a touch and deposits it in the side panel to give West Deptford that 3-1 lead with 10:50 left here in the second half.
Incredible the composure Zuzulock displayed there. He held that ball what felt like forever from up here in front of the goaltender, waited for him to take a step forward, and just gently pushed it into that far post. Defenders flying in front of it, trying to keep it out.
Uh-oh, this is coming right at you, Coach.
You got it? Incredible play off camera here by Mr. Kirshner, not overreacting to the ball passing just 3 feet to his right, protecting the equipment. So West Deptford throw-in coming in right underneath us. Wright chooses to play it back to Byrne, plays it back to Varela. Varela goes for the big boot. Might have hit a little bit of that dirt right there at the 18. Obviously that part of the field seeing a ton of play. Now Middle Township possesses on the left side.
And Glenn, that's a classic Dom Tate challenger.
But that's where you want to see him challenge, right? He's in front of the player, getting there same time as the ball, not attacking from behind and just taking out the body.
Yeah. Looks like he's going to get a card here. Yeah, when you look at it, he may have had his boots up on that one, which is, you're responsible for that as a player. But again, he goes in hard. And
he is a physical player.
There are times where I watch Dom play, and you're just ready for the collision, and you just brace yourself for it. Dom, he's not a dirty player. He's not a person with bad intent. He just goes one speed. So it does give Middle Township an opportunity here, 35 yards out to serve one up.
You know that Tommy Carr can put the ball in from there, maybe puts it in a little bit too deep as the wind kicked up a little bit. Maybe that got in his head. Meteorologist Vilary, he put a little bit too much on that. Varela brings it together and uses that wind to put a big boot. Talk about flipping the field fast. Again, not that West Deptford want to do anything too fast right now with under 10 minutes to play and a 2-goal advantage.
Yeah, Varela's got a big punt. In fact, it had in Township on their small field. They had to tell him to take some off it because basically he was punting it inside the 18 right to the other team's goalie.
especially with the turf there. Acts like a springboard.
Yeah, it's it's 65 yards wide and about 90 yards long. So
I brought my kids to that game. They brought plenty of that turf home with them after rolling around on the sidelines for an hour. Todd looking to make a run there. Played off the ball by Tommy Carr. Carr chips it ahead.
Yeah, it was a good win there by Tommy Carr. He's a good defender for Middle Township. And again, you can see how they've won 13 games this year. They've got a lot of skill in this team. The disadvantage for them today is coming in against a very good West Effort team. You got probably an hour or so bus ride from Middle Township, and he just did a double overtime game with Shawnee 2 days before. So,
well, and this is West Effort firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, and again, then you're coming against a really good team. So it would be a tough win for Middle Township coming in under normal circumstances.
West Effort happy to be at home, not expected when you're playing the winner of the 15-2. So Middle Township doing them a favor there.
Yeah, you surprised me when you sent me that text that they wanted penalty kicks on Saturday. Just assumed it was going to be Shawnee because Shawnee's as good as Shawnee is at home. But again, Middle Township, like I told you before, every time we play them, they've always got good midfielders. They always play physical, and they always seem to have big backs. So you know what you're getting into when you play Middle Township.
And I'll tell you what, they're competitive in every sport. How many South Jersey Group 2 finals have we seen come down to West Effort, Middle Township? Yeah, finals, semifinals, always late in tournaments.
Yeah. Oh, Casey Todd's going to have some space here.
Looks like they're getting a little bit fancy there.
Try to heel it back.
Todd used the outside of his foot, scoop it to Schulte. Schulte's trying to heel it back to him.
Almost there. And again, that's where Casey's actually at his best. Going forward, full speed with a 50-50 ball in the back. He has a tendency to usually win those. And that's how we scored the other day. The second goal against Morristown was basically beat defender to the ball. It was a ball played back to one of their backs who didn't get after it with enough speed. Casey ran through him and then just poked it past the goalie.
You absolutely want these guys to keep attacking here.
For sure.
You know it's better than a 2-goal lead.
3.
Nailed it. Middle Township chips the ball deep. Wayman decides not to play it back to Varela. Instead just turns it up the outside. Turns out to be an incredibly intelligent play. Now West Effort keeps possession. Hartman plays it back to Wayman. Wayman can't quite keep it in bounds, and it'll be a Middle Township throw. I love that decision to turn it outside rather than play it back there.
Yeah, Wayman's a good soccer player. He's done a lot of club. I know he played for Deptford Premier for a while. I think he still does. I haven't talked to him since last year, having him in class. That's an easy call there for Zeus going through the back. But again, for West Deptford, you talked about you want to keep the attack, but the one thing you don't want to do with 2 goals, with a 2-goal lead, 6 minutes left, is take any unnecessary risks. So if you're a defensive player, you're always going to err on the side of staying back at this point in time.
Also want to avoid getting any more cards this late in the game.
Yeah, definitely winning cards moving forward this season.
Hulmes plays the ball to Casey Todd. Todd chips ahead to Schulte. Schulte's plays the header, ends up keeping possession himself, and there's the 3-headed monster of Schulte, Zuzulock, and Casey Todd. Schulte's chips ahead to Zuzulock, gets possession in the 18, crosses, and it's a shot on net. Another goal for Gavin Zuzulock. Extends the lead to 4-1 with 5:32 remaining in the game.
Yeah, just did a great pass there by Nate Schultes, right? He chips it right over the outside defender. Zeus beats the defender to the ball, cuts it back in, and takes a far post shot. So the goals today by West Deptford, off memory here, all been far post, well-placed shots by the Eagles.
And again, I love how composed Gavin Zuzulock looked with the ball at his feet inside the 18 right there. Took his time, waited, just put the ball inside that far post. Our offense looks fantastic today. Maybe the best they've looked in a couple weeks.
And who had the first goal today? That was Gavin's got 2, right?
Gavin has the last 2. Schulte's had the one before that, right?
Schulte had 2.
Had 2.
Yeah, Schulte's had the first one in the half. I'm starting to remember now. So you got 2 by Schulte's, 2 by Zeus. Schulte's with the assist there on that one.
And Zuzulock had the assist on the second Schulte's goal. So they're really filling out the stat sheet today.
Schulte's good ball over there by.
And Casey Todd saves it, chips it ahead to Schulte's. Goalie making the run at him that time. I think Schulte's hoping get a call that he got tripped up, but no whistle coming.
Yeah, it's probably a good no call in this situation here. He did get tripped out.
Now West Effort playing a little bit of a possession game. As you said, just don't want to make any mistakes like maybe that in your own defensive end. And Middle Township takes possession in their own half of the field, chips it up. You know that Steve Barrett is going to look to do something.
Yeah, and again, like you don't want any turnovers in the middle of the field. As a defensive player, there's no need to take any. Typically, in the defensive third in the field, you want to take zero risk. In the middle third of the field, you can take some risk, and on the offensive side, you can take all the risk you want. Now, when you're up 3 goals here late, I would say even in the middle of the field, you want to limit risks. You want to limit turnovers. They're going to give good counter opportunities. But for Middle Township now, down 3, they have to start pressing if they want to try to make a game of this. But again, that's a good win there by Monte Carlo. With
Great win by Monte Carlo, not shying away from the ball. Now he'll carry up to midfield. Look to play it to Todd, who was going to play it out wide to Schulte's. Ball just skips over his foot. And the goalie, Bach, will immediately punt it up to the center of the field. Middle Township serves it to Hartman. Plays it back ahead into the West Effort end.
But again, at this point, up 4-1 with 3 to go, you should feel comfortable. I don't want to jinx it, but you should feel pretty comfortable with this game at this point.
As Zuzulock makes his charge here, decides to turn it back. Hulme's looking behind him. Hulme's plays it back to right.
And again, Middle's starting to look a little bit tired, too.
Right to Byrne.
Well done.
Great job by this defense today as Middle Township does take possession there. There's the ball on Barrett's feet. But West Effort recovers well.
And again, good recovery there by Tate. He chipped over the ball there. That's no call. Well done there. Good team defense by West Effort.
And as you said, for a physical player in Tate, just did a good job putting his body between the player and the ball and not trying to do too much, taking a silly foul at this point in the game.
Yeah, that's what you should do. And inside the 18, you obviously got to be extra cautious. You got to be careful with how you tackle.
Said great job by this defense today. As we looked at the stat sheet earlier, 17, Steve Barrett, 21 goals, 13 assists. That's 55 points on the season. Those are big numbers.
Yeah, and again, defensively now, we're 2 games in a row here in a Coaches Cup tournament where you're playing the best teams in South Jersey. And the 2 goals that you gave up, they're not in the run of play. They're both off of restart. So as a coach, you can be proud of how you're playing defense, but you know what you got to work on, and that's the communication and the marking up inside the 18 on these corner kicks.
As Schulte's and Zuzulock both get subbed out, getting some other players a chance on the field here. Ryan Whitehouse on the pitch here, and the ball played up towards Whitehouse.
All right, so we got a minute and a half left here in this game. I'd like to see the effort kids come off the bench with a lot of energy here. And as a coach, anytime you can get kids in, get some opportunities maybe they wouldn't get in a big game like this, everybody feels better afterwards after the win.
Absolutely, especially in a Coaches Cup game. I don't even know if Coach McAndrew would be dreaming of putting some of these guys in before the game started, having the luxury to do so. It's got to feel great.
So with this, with a minute left, we're going to get ahead of ourselves and say we're going to win this game here. The game will be on Wednesday. Well done by Varela. And again, just take his time here, just allow everybody to clear out. But, now you're looking at a Kingsway in the Coaches Cup semifinal.
And that'll be at Kingsway?
Yeah, Kingsway was the higher seed, or lower seed, I should say.
Ball gets past the Middle Township defense. Whitehouse putting a run on. Does go all the way back to the goalie. 35 seconds to play. Bach boots it upfield. Tough game for Bach there in goal. You see 4 goals on the scoreboard. But I don't know that any of those are really Bach's fault. A lot of one-on-ones with the goalie. Great shots by West Effort. Odom controls the ball up the near sideline. David Wright scares some parents, putting it right over their heads.
He almost took Carson Tillman's head off.
Giving them a little thrill with single digits on the clock.
All right, 3 seconds left. You can see the West Effort bench on the field.
And everybody coming on the pitch. Strong game by Middle Township. You know they were excited just to make it to this point, as coming in as the 15 seed, beating the 2. I'm sure they hope to make a Cinderella run, but West Deptford able to put really a complete game together here today.
Yeah, and you can see when what their formation is attempting to do, and when they're doing it well, the opportunities are there, and it's the personnel they have this year. It's like perfect for it. When you have a target player like Nate Schulte's up top, that you can get isolated encounters. You saw it today. He creates scoring opportunities, and when he finishes, you're going to win because you're not going to give up many with that many guys back behind the ball consistently.
And if Gavin Zuzulock can continue being as aggressive as he was today, and then as composed when he has the ball inside the box, they're 3 very dangerous players up top for the West Deptford Eagles.
Yeah, again, bounce scoring is really important. You can't just solely rely, because as you get deeper into the playoffs, you're well scouted, obviously, as the season goes on, and teams are going to begin to adjust and do the things they have to do. But, yeah, they beat a good team here. So if you're looking at it in 2 days now, 3 days, right? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3 days. All right, 2 wins, one over a very good Middle Township team with 13 wins, a team that beat Ocean City by 2 goals, a team that just beat Shawnee, and you beat Morristown on Saturday, a 4 seed right now, currently in the Group 3 playoffs. So the West Deptford program, being a Group 2 school, consistently good, and this year, clearly among the best in South Jersey.
And those are huge bounce-back games after tough losses to Haddon Township and Sterling last week. I know winning the conference was a big goal of the team. To have that slip just out of grasp on Thursday, but then respond like this, that's all you can ask for if you're Coach McAndrew.
Yeah, I mean, after Thursday, it didn't look good, right? I mean, they had their worst week of the season. You're coming towards the end with Haddonfield beating Collingswood, teams they lost to the first time, coming back and beating a Clearview team. So
it's a common refrain, West Deptford teams peaking at the right time. We'll look forward to continue that. You won't hear from us on Wednesday, but maybe next week. Great job, guys. Great job, Mr. Vilary. Great job, Mr. Kirshner.
All right, so we'll see you here from West Deptford.